Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So FDA clears first COVID-19 test performed fully at home. Now this can be a very big step for any stock in the travel industry sector. I'm talking about airlines, cruise lines, among other stocks, since they've been pretty much beaten down this past few months. So we might see green in the morning. Now, I'm not 100% sure. This is just my opinion, but this is a big step towards that. And I also wanted to share with you guys, so today, Wednesday, Credit Suisse analyst Bin Wang, who is ranked number 1 in all of China and ranked number 2 in all of Asia, he more than doubled his price target to NIO stock price to $60 per share. Now, this was coming after NIO's earnings and coming after a bearish sentiment prediction or target price from analyst Andrew Left. All right, guys, so now to the fun part. So here with NIO, and I know you guys are probably tired of my NIO videos, but listen, I'm trying to teach you guys the strategy. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to buy or what to do it on, okay? Because this strategy, you can implement it on the stocks that you might be holding already, assuming you have more than 100 shares. Now, it doesn't have to be with 500 shares of NIO. You can do it with 100 shares of any other stock. And of course, results will vary, right? Because of the premium. Now, I like doing these kind of videos to show you guys that there's other ways of making money for simply holding stock. Now, if you're a long-term investor, then that might be a little bit different, but you can also use options to increase your income for doing things that you might be doing already. Now, one of them is selling cash secure puts. If you haven't watched that video, I'll leave a link down below. So you guys can see that I'm actually down on NIO. I'm down over $1,000, a little over $1,000. However, many people that start buying stock, they might be down on the stock and that's it. They're down. They don't know what to do. They might sell with a loss and then that's when they lose money. But me, if you guys have been looking at my videos, you know what I've been doing. I've been making these gains for simply holding a stock even while I'm down. Now, let me show you real quick. The last video that I did, I sold some cover calls. I bought them back, and I've been doing that on and off. Sometimes I will let them expire. I'm okay with letting them expire also. But depending on what the stock is doing, depending on what I think the stock is going to do, I'll buy it back for cheaper. Now, very, very rarely have I ever bought the contracts back when they're more expensive. If they're more expensive, unless it makes sense to me, then I'll buy it back if I think it's going to go even higher. But you have to calculate the amount of money that you're overpaying for the contracts compared to how much return you have so far. So you got to kind of do the math whether it's worth it or not to buy the options back when they're more expensive. I like to buy them back when they're cheaper. You know, it feels just like shorting a stock, which is the same stock that I have. I don't know, but that's just how it feels, guys. But I like making money doing these kind of videos for you guys, teaching you how I'm doing it. So these are the 5 contracts that I sold. I got $1,840. I sold them yesterday. Okay, $1,840. Now, what happened this morning? NIO dropped in price again. And so we already know what happens when the price of the stock drops. So does the value of the contracts. Now, yes, I could have easily let these options expire, by this Friday, which is November 20th, and kept the full $1,840. However, I ended up buying them back this time based on the upgrades that NIO had. Now, you guys know what the influence of a simple analyst can have on a stock. Now, that's the reason I bought them back, and I still made money. Now, I'm going to show you right now. Now, I meant to buy back all 5 contracts here. I forgot, I only put 1 contract. I bought it for $142. But you can see the other 4 that I bought right here paid $536. So after you deduct the $536, which I paid, and the $142 for the other one, which I paid, once you deduct that from the $1,840 that I received, then I end up making $1,162. I made that, guys, for simply holding a stock. And this was with covered calls, buying the options back. And sometimes, I've made videos where I said, just keep it simple, let the option expire, keep the full premium. But sometimes you find yourself in situations like this where you say, oh no, I think it's going to go higher. It just got an upgrade. We don't know, right? But at least this way, I'm taking my profits and I'm thinking, hey, NIO can go higher. I can make even more profits, right? If not, worst case scenario, I got some covered calls. Again, making money for simply holding the stock until I sell them off. Now, I'm a short-term trader, but I have a bullish mentality on NIO, if that makes sense. I like, NIO for the longer term, but I also like making these kind of gains. Now, as a long-term investor, if I was simply holding NIO and I was down right now, I wouldn't be making any money whatsoever. Now, I would have been missing out on a lot more if I didn't know anything with options or covered calls or buying the options back. As you can see, I made more than $1,000 for simply holding a stock, which I'm down on. So technically, I'm way more up at this point. So I get so excited when I see these, when I do these kind of trades, because I'm like, okay, so I got to teach this to other people. Some other people are simply buying stock, they're holding it, maybe for the long term or, shorter term, but they're down on it. They don't know what to do. And they try to sell off with a loss. I don't use stop losses, guys. I've said that before. I don't use stop losses. Covered calls are my backup. So the way I play NIO and the way I play other stocks that move in these kind of increments, sometimes like Tesla or maybe sometimes Microsoft. Which one else? Coca-Cola, well, not too much. Coca-Cola is my dividend king. I like that one. But any stock that has these kind of movements that I'm, mentally bullish on, I'll do these kind of strategies all the time. I make money for simply buying into them. If I can take profits the same day as a day trade, depending on what it is, how many shares I buy, I'll take those profits. Now, if my day trade doesn't work, I'll move into a swing trade. If my swing trade doesn't work, if I think it's going to be flat for a while or I feel a drop is coming, I don't like selling with a loss. I use my covered calls as backup, but covered calls don't work on every single stock. They only work on certain stocks, right? Because not all of them pay a good amount of premium. So that's what I use as a backup. And that is the reason sometimes I buy in increments of 100 shares at a time. I have that extra backup plan, the covered calls. So if you guys want to learn more or you guys like these kind of videos, just leave a like down below or a comment. And, I'll keep sharing my strategies with you guys because I love sharing what I've learned, what makes me money and stuff like that. Okay, so until then, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video.